Back at it again. IOU Redemption Podcast. Need you to turn up your volume for Big Speaker.
And your boy G White.
Yeah, so we back at it with a new episode. But today, you like Mike Jordan in the '90s with the flu game.
Hell yeah, like that game when I think that was a championship game too.
I don't know, but
Hey, definitely under the weather, man. Been doing a lot of traveling, so it's been kind of inconsistent climates. The Indiana like that anyway. You know what I'm saying? It'd be like 70 in the daytime, 29 at night. You know what I'm saying? It's just
yeah,
this is when it get me. Like if it's consistently cold, I'm good. If it's consistently hot, I'm good. But the whole back and forth, that's where it be getting me. But you know what? I got my tea. So hey, we gonna get through it. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's about right here. I get, as long as I got some voice, then you can hear me. You know what I mean?
yeah. And she making a sacrifice, but you can
Got
barely
to.
talk, so we gonna see.
Hey, we gonna do it till I run out of voice, man. That's how. Hey, give it everything. Ain't gonna make no
Yeah,
excuses for it. We bring it to the people. The prime example. Don't make an excuse. You understand what I'm saying? This
yeah.
temporary right here. Let's get through it. Let's do what we do. Looking forward to the topic that we finna get into today. You know what I mean? So let's rock it out, bro.
IOU moments.
Oh yeah.
Where we
So
starting at?
I'll go. So my IOU moment for today for the people is you have to inspect what you expect. This is something related to leadership that and just leadership and life. You know, something I said back in the day when I was recording my early on videos, when I was just doing them leadership videos all the time and putting them out. And this is something I had to learn early into leadership. And I would tell anybody, it's just leadership, but stuff that you put expectations on, you got to inspect what you expect. What I mean by that is a lot of people have expectations on maybe their direct reports, maybe their children, maybe different things in your life, and they walk away from it. Then they get mad that it fails. Then they get mad it doesn't turn out the way you wanted it to turn out. You
Yeah,
know, don't leave it to chance. Inspect what you expected. You understand what I mean? Take time out, do some follow up, see what's going on. And if we're talking in terms of, let's say, a lot of people in leadership positions or whatever else, they like to delegate, right? They like to delegate. They think leadership is all about delegation. A part of it is, getting other people to work and do tasks, whatever. But let's say your big boss. They don't care who does the job. They just care that the job gets done. So you can't go to them and set expectations on your employees and then it doesn't get done. And you say, hey, boss, that didn't get done because Joey under me didn't get it done. They don't
yeah,
care about that. You put the expectation, the boss put the expectation on you. You put the expectation on Joey. Nobody following up. No inspection at all. So what I'm saying is, if you set in life in general, if you have expectations around a particular person, group, or whatever, whether it's on the job or at home, whether it's over your kids or whatever else, follow up, inspect what you're expecting out of people because we're talking about people. We're not talking about machines. We're not talking about robots. You understand what I'm saying? Take the time to actually inspect it. That may save you, and the quicker you probably notice an issue or maybe something's not to your expectations, you may be able to, the quicker you figure that out, you may be able to reassess the situation and save yourself some time, money, whatever else, and stress in the future versus just letting somebody do the wrong thing or something completely different than what you thought for 45 minutes, an hour, 2 days, 3 days, or whatever else. Now you're going to come back and be surprised. But, yeah, a little bit of it is shame on them. But did you clearly set that expectation? Did you follow up? Did you inspect what you expected? So that's what I got for the people.
nicely put.
Yes, sir.
I you, Most of that information comes from supervisory
Yeah.
roles, type roles, and things like that. But it's the same thing with like I give a great example: people going out to a restaurant and ordering food. So basically, you give sometimes yes, waiters can mess up, right? You've been a waiter before.
Yeah.
Um, serving different, different genres of people. I like to say it like that because certain people will expect different things out of the server, but just a
Right.
basic like event. You go there, go to a restaurant, you order some food, and if you're not specific about what you expect, like what you want, you're gonna get what you said, right?
Yeah.
So if you don't want white bread, you want it wheat. How are they supposed to know that? You go to a taco spot and you order tacos, street tacos, and they come out on flour tortillas. You didn't ask for corn tortillas.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? But that's just like on a low level. What you trying to
Yeah.
say is
But
very much
overall,
it's
people got to
deeper
be
than
clear.
what. Yeah,
Yeah. Be be
gotta be
be
clear.
very clear with your when you put expectations around anything. Be clear.
Yeah,
Okay. Be guilty of being clear. People say, "Dang, you ain't have to say it like that." Or, "Man, I get it." Okay, you get it. But I talk like this all the time because I want to be crystal clear with everything. I don't want no misunderstandings.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm gonna be clear. So practice being clear. Go ahead. What you got for him, bro?
My IOU moment for the people for this episode is start believing in your abilities.
Mm,
Start believing in yourself.
hmm.
Start realizing that you are smart, that people say not the sharpest tool in the box, whatever, all those things, but I think everybody has some wit, everybody has some grit, everybody has the intelligence. It's just people are afraid to tap into that potential. And whenever, the people start using their abilities, believing in it wholeheartedly, and I think they'll start to make the room shake. You know what I'm saying? Just making movements, trusting what you thinking and going for it. Because the thing is, most of the time, us getting started is the real problem. It's never about if we're gonna actually succeed at doing something. It's just getting started. This podcast, I get a lot of people now. More and more people starting to see it, right? And say,
Right.
"Oh man, that's cool. I wanted to start a podcast. I want to start a podcast." And I just look and I'm like, "Okay, start it."
Right. What you waiting on?
What you waiting on? So, and
Right.
we were in that position, right? And that's what I'm saying. You just have to believe in your abilities, whatever it is. Stop waiting, stop putting it off. Stop second guessing yourself. Just do it. That's why Nike's like that motto, just do it. I love it.
Yeah.
Just because it's facts. Just do it.
Yeah.
Stop doing that and you tricking yourself out. Just start believing in your abilities. That's what I want the people to know. Start believing in your abilities.
And I'll say before we move forward on that is, you know, I like to believing in your abilities. What that's telling me is like, I could tell when somebody don't believe, like they're telling me something and maybe they want me to invest in something or they're just trying to tell me about something. I can kind of tell when somebody don't even believe in what they saying.
They're not confident in what how
You ain't,
they're delivering it
yeah,
to
like,
you. All
yeah,
that.
absolutely. I could tell. People can tell. I want people to know that people can tell when you don't believe in what you saying. So they're
Yeah.
not going to believe in what you saying because you don't even believe in what you saying. You got to believe in your abilities, right? Whatever that is. So if you say, I want to start detailing
Yeah.
cars, right? And I think I'm pretty good at it, right? You got to
Right.
know I'm bad at that. You got to know I'm good at that. You got to, and people got to feel that when they talk to you.
Yeah.
So if you got 2 minutes with me in an elevator and you telling me about yourself, or you telling me about your dream, or you telling me what you want me to invest in, or you trying to, I should feel that. You understand what I'm
Yeah.
saying? By the way that you talking about it, I could tell if you believe in it. I could tell if you're confident. I could tell if you really think you're the best in the game. I could tell if you really think you got a good idea. I think I could tell that. So believe in yourself strongly, whatever that may be, whatever that is, because people can tell when you have that self-doubt. People can tell when you're not confident. You understand
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So definitely, I like that one a lot because you got to believe in yourself.
Yes, sir. And
So
that's how we're gonna lead it off. So without further ado, let's get into this thing.
let's do it.
Yes. So look, GY, this topic here, relocate. The
Yeah.
topic for this episode, relocate, conquer the fear of change. Now, I want to say this first. This topic has two different like emphasis here, points of emphasis. So the first point is relocate, right? When
Hmm.
conquer the fear of change means that you remove yourself from one position and put yourself in a different position. You relocate, okay? In that sense. But the real meat potatoes I want to put into this topic is about actually relocating, like relocation. You get a new job, they pay for your relocation
Yeah.
package, right? And and to be able to do that, you first have to you're going to have to conquer the fear of change because there's change in all facets of that. So I just want to make that clear because it's kind of like it's a great topic because you can spin it off in different ways, but I
Yeah.
want this the meat and potatoes is about relocation.
Yeah. 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 Most definitely. I think that, you know, it's something that, and I'm gonna give it back to you, but I think it's something that we both can relate to
Yeah.
in a couple different facets because we've moved away from home.
Yeah, that's the
Um,
point about this. Yeah.
we've moved away from home and um and bettered our lives, right?
Yeah.
Um, and found success in other areas, which is tough for a lot of people. Um, so I feel like whether it's the job stuff or just restarting your life somewhere else, um, there's value in that, and not enough people talk about it. So, let's get into it.
Yeah, so let's preface this with where I'm coming from. Right now, I know that there are a lot of people who are afraid to make certain life-changing or afraid to conquer some milestones, some major milestones in their lives. So what I mean by that, I mean by one of which that sticks out to me like a sore thumb is people moving away from their childhood environments. So
Right,
wherever they grew up, it might be people that's like here I'm in Houston. It might be people that's lived in Houston all their life and scared to make that move to Atlanta, scared to make that move to California, scared, people in Indiana, it's vice versa, right?
right,
Just anywhere, right? So I know some people who want to go to like Japan, move to Japan, but there's just these dynamics behind what that involves. So I think that this is the perfect conversation for things of that nature. And one of the first points that I see comes to mind about this topic is overcoming fear. And but first you have to understand what type of fear are you facing. I
right.
remember yeah, I remember when I had first did an internship with Dell in Texas. It was in Austin, Texas. And I remember talking to my mama. I told her I was going to do the internship in Texas. And just like a mother over her son, right?
Hmm.
No, no, no. Especially where we from. No, no, no.
Yeah,
You can't
yeah.
go there. Ain't nobody there. And most people think that people in Texas is racist, but I found a lot more racist things happen in Indiana than Texas. That's not really the case. Um, but that's neither here or there. That this doesn't even matter. That doesn't scare me from making any type
Nah,
of move
it's
that I
it's
want to
it's
make. It's just
it's
something to be
everywhere.
aware of.
Right,
Yeah, it's
right.
everywhere. It's a
Absolutely.
fear. So I heard about that fear, and now that wasn't something that I need to overcome because I was like, I don't care about that. I'm black. I'm gonna be facing that wherever I go. So
Right, straight
people
up.
gonna be like that. So
Straight up.
but to be honest, I got a lot of Caucasian friends and whoever else, whatever other race, whatever about that. But what I'm saying is that my mother, the one who was really like she's been in the world before me, right? So she if she expressed that fear of me going somewhere else, especially in Texas, like that far away, that many miles away from Indiana, I probably got some fear in me, right? Like, okay, is this the right decision? Should I do this? You just You when you make those decisions of leaving your hometown, you leave that support system behind you too that can't follow with you. So what I'm saying is you have to first, like, it's okay to acknowledge all the fears. I think that, and I'm gonna let you get into this before I go further, but I think that people should put all the fears on the table. Everything that might be deterring you away from conquering that milestone, that move, or whatever it is, put it on the table so you can face it and line it up head on.
Yeah. And I say, once they put it on the table, what's going to happen is you're getting that out the way, right? I'm telling you, you're going to be scared. Anytime you try a new environment, you walk into a new environment or anything like that, okay, you're going to be a little nervous. You're going to be a little scared. It's outside of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
It's something you've probably never done before. It might not be supported by your circle, right? Um, I remember when I graduated from high school, I went to Grambling. Grambling was 14 hours away from home. 14 hours. I had never been to Louisiana before. You understand what I'm saying? Had to get out there, make a name for myself. Was I homesick? Absolutely. Did
Yeah.
I miss
Yeah.
the crib? Did I miss my family members and friends? Did I miss all that? Absolutely. Absolutely. But I had a goal. I had a dream. You know what I mean? Um, so I mean, it's still like that to this day, bro. I promise it's still, it won't go away. That's what I want people to
Yeah.
know. It won't go away because that's your roots, right? Wherever you from, that's your roots. That's I mean, that's all you know. So that doesn't go away. Like even on a nice day or something, or a nice summer day or something, I'd be like, man, I wish I was back at the crib with the guys. You know what I mean? Like the people that really know me, the people that I started with, you know what I mean? Or be able to pull up on my daddy or something like that, or see my nieces and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But it's you got to overcome that, learn how to manage that. I don't know if you know what I mean. Don't let it stop you, especially if wherever you're trying to go relocate to or something, there's something there for you. um I don't know what you're, if okay, put it to you this way. If you let that fear consume you, then you're going to end up living, like I said before, with regrets. You're going to be, what if I would have went to Texas? What if I would have, okay, if you would have never went to Austin, Texas for that Dell internship, you probably wouldn't be living in Texas right now.
Yeah. I wouldn't have.
You wouldn't have. You wouldn't have, because I remember you telling me what it was like out there. I remember you telling me about Austin. I remember we had these
Yeah.
conversations. Um, and I think it started from us because we went away for school. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because
Absolutely.
we went away from school. So that started that whole leaving the nest thing, right? Then we went out a little, well, I jumped way out far. Like 14 hours was crazy. But leaving, once you leave that nest and you start to be like, okay, I'm okay, or whatever else. I think people's fear is this, and this is gonna sound funny. A lot of people scared to be lames.
Yeah. In our hood,
People scared
I
to go
say the
be like,
hood where we from,
yeah, I
lame
had to,
means that you're different.
yeah, they scared to be lame. They scared to, nobody knows my name, nobody knows my family, nobody know who I am, nobody
Exactly.
know what I done. So
Because it was, yes,
yeah,
yes.
you scared to be a lame. You scared to be a lame, and you like, am I gonna make it? Like I done
Yeah.
made it this far off my family name, or I done made it this far off something I done did in the hood, or what I done did here over here, and everybody know me. I grew up over here. Whatever. A lot of people are scared to go somewhere else where nobody knows
Nobody
them,
knows you.
nobody vouching for you, nobody nothing. Where you
Nope.
really gonna have to stand on your own too.
And that's the true definition of stand. They say standing on business.
Yes,
That's to me, that's standing on business, not standing on
yes,
business. If you want,
yep.
how we say
That's
it. But
exactly, yeah,
the
yeah.
thing, yeah. So go ahead, keep going. I don't cut you
No,
off.
I'm just saying that's really standing on business, like you said, going into an environment where nobody knows you, making a name for yourself, starting over with that fresh white clean sheet of paper, and recreating yourself or reinventing yourself, or you know what I'm saying, like, to me. But look, I find victory in that, bro. Like when I was able
Most
to make
definitely.
friends somewhere else, that was like, okay, You get what I'm saying? That shows I'm not closed minded. That helped my personal development.
Yeah.
You could build relationships somewhere else, make a name for yourself somewhere else. Um, so
Yeah.
it just it helped me as far as who I am personally because I went outside my comfort zone and I still found some happiness. But like I said, do I ultimately miss the guys sometime back at the crib? Absolutely. Going, I know where to go get some food from,
Yep.
all type of food. We grew up eating very good. Like you get, that's why when we go back home, we know all the food spots set and everything else. So, but look, little things like that, then I'm gonna let you take over. That's what stops a lot of people from going other places. They like to go into the barbershops where everybody know my name in the barbershop. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? They come up in there, oh, G White, what's up, baby? What up, boy? Like, they love that. They don't, you know what I'm saying? Or like you say, the food spots, the local football, basketball games and everything where everybody know each other. You know what I'm saying? And again, I want to say this. This is for the people that are relocating or that have those fears for relocating and that reservation about relocating when it's something that can better your life.
Yep.
Um, I know people that never relocated and they still found success at home. So this conversation really ain't for them. This is the people that's kind of teetering with themselves, like should I, like playing double dutch with their life. They ready to jump in the rope. They ready to jump in the rope, but
They're
then
straddling the fence
you
right now.
straddling, you scared, you a little nervous, you unsure. That's okay. I promise you, that's okay. Go get whatever you think is out there for you, or that you know is there for you, whatever that opportunity may be. Home ain't going nowhere. You can always go back and visit home. You can always go back and visit. But if you got the chance to go better your life somewhere, go do that.
Yeah, and so that's overcoming the fear is like we said, you got to first acknowledge all of your fears
Yeah.
associated with whatever you're trying to do. And when you do that, you're going to come up with these different things that you need to overcome, right? And what the second point about this is embracing the change.
Yeah.
Like so like we talking about right now, we talking about simple things like barbershop. Like right now I'm taking AJ I man, between Austin and Houston, finding a barber.
It's tough. They can't cut hair.
Tough,
You ain't got a lot of good barbers
man.
in Texas, or you just read it.
It's
You
just
striking
here's
out.
the thing, man. Like Instagram, things like this, you got artists out here, barbers. I call them artists because they are creative. And a lot of them don't take the craft seriously, you know? And so
Mhm.
they do things like post things on Instagram, but it don't be their own work. They'll be posting pictures of other people haircuts, and then
That's
when you go
crazy.
sit in the chair, they're a different person, right? They're not cutting like that. Or like you ask somebody they know how to fade. Like I get AJ like a mohawk fade on the sides, and I know what a real fade looks supposed to look like. And
Hmm.
then I go have people fade them, and it's just like you ain't blend that right. You see what I'm saying? Like you didn't. And so I'm just saying, like from a perspective of where we come from, these little things like that, like finding a barber, you're gonna have to embrace that change and
Yep.
understand how you're gonna navigate those waters. Another thing that's big for me is funerals, man. Like like the funeral part of it, because you're gonna have to you're gonna have to miss a lot of funerals. If you move somewhere,
Yeah.
like we talking about like across the United States, there are gonna be times where you just can't make it
You
because
can
either
come
you
back. Yeah.
financials, because you know when a funeral happen, man, it's like right there on the spot, and you got to come up with $800, like $400 is one way for a ticket, like,
Yeah.
and if enough of them happen, enough events or something like that happen, now you gotta prioritize like what you have to do to keep yourself afloat. You see what I'm saying? Um,
Yep.
and it's things like that you have to think about. I was talking to someone else the other day from my church, and he said that, he's like, artist, he's like, how did you make the decision to like go to Texas? Because he's actually from Indiana. He's from Indianapolis. It's like, man, I got all my family in Indianapolis, and I want to go back and visit my mom and my nieces and things like that. And I move away, and I don't want it to be where my niece doesn't really know me anymore because I'm away. And I'm like, like That's just something you gotta embrace. You're gonna have to do what you can to make it work. And I said that these are the tough decisions that you have to make when you decide to relocate. I said there's things like technology like FaceTime where you're going to love it because it allows you to connect. But I said you got to think from it from this aspect. Where do you want your family to be? When you start a family, do you want to stay in Indianapolis or do you want to move to Texas? Do you want to raise your family in Indianapolis, where you from, or do you want to raise it in Texas? You see what I'm saying? You have to think strategically ahead to figure out what is best for you and your family because you're no longer connected to your immediate family that you grew up with. And you have to embrace that. You have to embrace that change and take on all the things that's going to come with it. And these are, a lot of people want to move to different places because they seem exciting, but you also got to take a step back and realize, like, okay, I'm moving here. It's a big move. What other things are going to negatively impact this move? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. So two things real quick before we get too deep into that is I want to back up. When you mentioned funerals, that is a tough thing. Life is gonna
Yep.
life. People are gonna die, right? And it does. The further you stay away, it's harder to make those trips now, especially if it's not a couple hours away or something, right? If you 10, 15 hours away from where you're from, it's tough. Um,
Yeah.
but this is what I encourage people to start doing. And I and this is something I've had to tell myself. I've been to an unhealthy amount of funerals. Going, bro, I'm talking all types of funerals. It's so crazy
Yeah.
how many funerals I've been to, all different types. What I'm saying is visit those people and build that relationship and appreciation and value for them while they're
Before
before they
they
die.
die.
Before they
See?
die, so that when they die, it's not all that pressure that you got to
Yes.
go do all this. You got to go break the bank to do this and that because to go see a dead body.
That's the thing. Said it that wait. Let's revisit this what you just said because it's so
Yeah,
perfect. Because this is why, and I talked to my father-in-law, but my father-in-law taught me, a lot of these things about like when Pac passed away,
right.
and I was messed up, and he was like, artist, death is a part of life, and it changed me. It changed me forever after that. When he
Yeah,
told me that, and I just finally realized, like, man, people gotta die, right? And then so like he also told me that you go to these funerals, especially our funerals, black funerals, people all historical, wild, and like he's like, artists, when you know the Lord, and when you come to understand how this process goes, and you understand that, give people their flowers while you're here, be with them, do those things. You have no regrets. When the
no,
funeral come, you can sit up there. You don't have to have your black shades on. You can sit up there and be confident, right?
yeah. Or I already I kept a relationship with so and so.
Yeah,
I talked to so and so. The times I did come in town, I made sure I went by and checked on so and so. You know what I'm saying? So I don't feel so pressured
to
to
make that funeral.
to make that funeral or something happen because I did something with their life.
Yeah,
The funerals is for the living, not the
yeah,
dead.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's for
The
the people that's
funerals for the
in the room
living.
checking
Yes,
attendance, checking the attendance
yes,
box. They taking roll in there. Is so and so
yes,
here? So and so
yes.
make it. Oh, so and so make it. You can't
Yeah.
worry about that. Hey, I had a good relationship with bro and
Yep.
sis, grandma, granddaddy, whoever that was when they was living, and I was there for them. I brought them food. I talked to them. I maybe called them. Like you said, it's
Yep.
2024. Maybe we FaceTimed. Everything else, you know what
Yep.
I'm saying? Like work on that is
Yep.
what I tell people, so you don't get so caught up on it, especially if you live far away from those people, because eventually, like always, the only thing that's guaranteed in this life is that we all gonna leave here one way or another. So that's one
Yeah.
thing I was gonna say. The second thing, you start talking about relationships with your nieces and everything else. I dealt with that
Hmm.
because when I went away to school, you know, we had Nisa, which is my oldest niece, and then Shani got Steffi, Avea, and everybody else after that, Aubrey.
Yep.
And my relationship with them, I was like, it was different. So when I came back home, Nisa would be all under me, but they kind of like, I don't know, dude, like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I
That's
don't know,
tough.
dude. I don't know, dude, like that. They're like, that's your
That's
uncle.
tough.
Yeah, it is tough. It's very tough, especially if you family oriented, right?
Yep.
So what I tell people too, and this is works for me, because I still don't see my nieces like I want to every single day, right? Um, you got FaceTimes and everything else. But what I do is every summer, I do try to at least get them to come on a camping trip or two with me,
Yeah.
right? We put the phones up, unplug from social media, and we just talk and we kick it. I like cooking for them. You know what I'm saying? Just seeing where they head at. You know what I mean? Like that type of stuff. So now they know they got a relationship with their uncle. Now you know uncle. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? And I'm able to give my sister a break. You know what I mean? Hey, go do what you gonna do. I got my nieces. I want them all. You get what I'm saying? Give me all my nieces, and I got nothing but girls myself. So and we all, so it's many ways people, like I said, while people get discouraged, that's natural. But think of ways you can make it work for your situation. You know what I mean? Whether you're a couple hours away or 16 hours away, create a little cadence where you come home, maybe, right? Maybe you come home 2 times a year. Maybe
Yeah.
you come home once a year. Maybe every Thanksgiving you come home, right? I don't know. Or maybe you come home once a year and whoever you love that's back at home can come see you once a year. So
Yeah.
y'all see each other at least 2 times. Make
There's ways to make it work.
it's ways to make it work, embracing that change to where you're not driving yourself crazy because and missing your blessing, whatever that may be, somewhere else. Like you said, where you truly want to raise your family at, or where you could thrive with that job that you have, or
Yeah.
whatever else. Um, you can still make it work. Um, and just think about your situation, because everybody's situation is unique, but there's a will, there's a way. And like I said, you create that cadence, you see what's what, and build those relationships while people still living. That way, when they're gone or you're gone,
Hmm.
it's not that you know what I mean. It's first off, yes, it's a big deal, but what I'm saying, it's not like you got to drop everything and go running to a dead body, not somebody sick. We're talking actually just somebody already gone to be with the Lord. You know what I'm saying?
Even most people have a hard time of taking it that way if they didn't put in the effort in the relationship status before they pass. So
Okay, cool. So
that's
you spent
that's
$800, twelve hundred
okay. Let's
dollars,
talk about this.
$1,900,
I know.
all
Yeah.
that to go to a funeral, right? Because funerals usually happen in about a week from somebody dying,
You
give
got
or
yeah.
take. If you're getting buried, if we're talking cremations, then it could be you could set up a memorial and all that stuff. But what I'm saying is that's still unexpected. That's still rushing your finances in a way to where you like, okay, so if you go on vacation, months out, you going to Florida,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
going to
Of course.
Mexico, you're not planning on going back home next Friday. That's not in the budget. That was not in the budget. And if you take your family with you,
I
it
done
becomes
done
even
that.
more
Yeah.
expensive. Even more expensive. What I'm saying is,
Yep.
it's when you develop those relationships while people are living, it helps you kind of navigate through those tough times a lot better.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? So, but that also comes with a relationship with God and understanding death.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And what that process looks like. And you
Yeah.
can't worry about what everybody else think either. That's a whole nother thing. You can't be worried
Yep.
about what
It's a whole
everybody else
nother.
think. Because some people will be, oh, so and so didn't make it. Did you see so and so didn't make it?
Yeah.
Whatever.
You
Okay,
can't worry
cool.
about that. You
So
can't
if
worry
you
about
make
that.
it and you can't afford to make it, I'm just saying if you can't afford, let's say somebody can't afford to make it and they don't make it, but they worried about so and so and so and so saying so.
It doesn't
Okay,
matter though if you can or you can't afford it. It's just
hey,
you can. That's what I'm saying. You have to
yeah,
do what's best for you. Again, this comes down to do what's best for you. Nobody else is owner of your pockets or your situation. You are. You know what's in your heart, what you need to do. So that's what this is about. But I want to talk about this right here too, is because my point is I think that the best way for people to enhance their life is to relocate. And that's what I'm saying. That's why I pointed out at the beginning, this doesn't have to just be about moving from your current environment, like moving from a like one state to a new state. This can be from any situation that you're in. Just relocate, reposition yourself. But again, I want to focus on really, because I want this to hit people who are like some of my people still in Hammond. Some people I know right now who want to leave Hammond.
right,
And for other people who are in other states that I don't know that want to leave those states, somebody who live in Las Vegas want to move to, I don't know, the DR or somewhere. I want those people to know that you should take on the move. You should do it. Because here's the thing. This is one of the facts that I told Tron. I say his name because I told Tron this. When he moved here, he was like Rocky. He was like straddling the fence, right? And then he finally made the move to move to Texas. But then couple months and years into that, I think he didn't ever say this to me, but I think because I read people, he get resentment from moving, leaving his mom there, right? But I
Yeah.
told him every time, sometimes he will mention a little bit of it. And so every time I hear him say that, I say, listen, your mother will much rather see you in Texas and not necessarily be able to touch you physically than see you back living in Indiana where she got to worry about you getting hurt.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? And that's what I tell everybody who come from where I come from. Don't focus on you not being there because you can always go visit her. She can come visit you like they've done. You can call her on FaceTime. There's so many things you can do versus being there in Indiana and she worrying every single night because where we gonna be at, we're gonna be outside. And now she got to worry about because of the environment we live in of us getting hurt and then possibly not talking to the loved one ever again. You see what I'm saying?
Look,
I got to tell people that, man.
they look.
Make that
I remember
make that relocation.
definitely. I remember, like I said, when I went to Grambling, I was 14 hours away from home, right? My freshman year. I'll never forget it, bro. Um, that was my first time really away from home and away from my family, like for real, like in the furthest distance. Outside of like going to visit relatives or something, or maybe going down south to visit a occasional relative in Tennessee or Alabama somewhere or something. But um, I remember telling my pops, so you start school semester what, like September, October, something like that. I
Yeah.
remember homecoming, and you remember how our high school homecomings used to be cracking, like
Yeah.
cracking. I remember telling them like, "Hey, I'm trying to get back home to do this, whatever else like that. I need some money on my account so I could get a bus ticket or I take a train or something." You know what I'm saying? Uh, nope. Nope.
Mm-mm.
And I'm sitting there like, I'm thinking I'm being punished. Told me like, I see exactly what your buddies and them doing. You know what I'm saying? They see what's going on in the creek. Like, I see, I know you'll be right back with them when you
Yeah.
get back home. Like, nah, you good. We'll see you on Thanksgiving. We'll see you whenever. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't finna
I
put no
don't want
money
you back
on
here.
your account right. Bro, I hate it. I was upset at the time. I was like really mad because I'm like, I'm missing home. Why won't you let me come back home or whatever else? Guess what? That same summer or whatever that was right after that, a couple people died, a couple people got locked up. You know what I'm saying? And um, I ain't gonna lie, you would have been around. You feel me?
Yeah, you would have been around. That's the thing.
We would have been in the mix. Like we you
Yes.
know what I'm saying? We would have been right in the hood, some form of fashion, um, doing some of that stuff. So and I've had those conversations with bro too. Like I be talking to him, make sure his head right. Like, bro, how your mama doing? You know what I'm saying? And but look, I've seen his mama when I go back home and I give her a hug because we are an extension of
Yes.
him. And he's an extent, you know what I'm saying? So
Yes.
she know
She
when I
touch
give
you,
her a
she
hug,
touch him.
she touch him type, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because we got you. You know what I'm saying? I see her, I talk to her, I see her in the store or back at church, back at home, and I make sure I talk to her, whatever else. Because I remember them days when we was talking to bro before he even moved out there. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And just back and forth, like you say, we straddling the fence or whatever else. And I mean, now got a career, life looking real good. You know what I'm saying? This actually was a better move for you. You know what I mean? And like
So let's
you
go into this then. Go ahead.
yeah,
Keep going on that.
I'm
The third
saying you
point.
could
Adapt and
you could
celebrate success.
you definitely can adapt and celebrate success because you move somewhere. Okay, it work out for you. Now you got a career. Maybe you didn't have a career back at home. Maybe stuff was a little rocky where you from. I don't
No,
know.
let's talk about that for a second. Like, and this we just on Tron because he's a perfect example right now. I mean, he's just
Yes.
somebody that
Well, it's like
that
I really enjoy I really enjoy bragging on bro. You
yeah,
understand
I
what I'm
do.
saying?
I do too. I do too. I exactly. It's just like I like it. And when we talk about adapting and celebrating success, and we talk about here's the difference I want to talk about with him right now.
Right.
Tron always had a job at the crib. He always had a job.
Oh,
right?
facts. Facts.
But I want to teach everybody about the caliber of the career he has now. Listen to what I just said. He always
Yeah.
had a job at home,
Hmm.
but I want to teach you about the caliber of the career he has right now.
Right.
He ain't just got a job here. He got a career. He came here. He adapted to the change. He went through so many changes. Like, man, like he even talked to me one time about cutting his dreads. I was like, man, shut up. You ain't on that level now. You ain't trying. You ain't finna do that.
That would
But
look
he,
funny. That
but
would look funny.
but listen, but like for him to have the audacity to even think like that,
That shows where his mind already going.
you see what I'm saying? He came to a new environment, and I'm talking about, man, like you pulling people from out the hood that come into and just drop them in this new environment that's totally different from everything. I'm telling you, I got so many stories. We went to this one restaurant and we ordered some fish, catfish. In the hood, we ordered catfish and it come with fries, catfish dinner. What's at the bottom of the box?
I need that piece of bread down
I
there.
need the bread down
Need
there.
that little bread down
Everybody
there.
know that. Everybody know that.
Yeah.
If you going, if whatever hood you at, if you go into the hood, you order a 10-piece, 12-piece wing,
I need them fries.
the bread.
I need that bread because it's crispy on the bottom. That bread got a
Yes,
little crunch to it. You know what I'm saying?
I'm telling you.
And
So look,
I need mild sauce and a hot sauce. By the way, go ahead.
look, mild sauce. That's I guess that's a Midwest thing. I don't know, but we social media could talk about that. But he come down here and he ordered that. He like, bro, ain't no bread in the box. Like he get on that, like he called a waitress over there, like, and I'm
Oh,
laughing because
bro,
like I'm the
yeah.
only one at the table that's he had to know what's going on. And he gets mad at me. He's like, bro, you know what I'm talking about. Like, what ain't no bread in the box? Like, why you doing that? Like, I don't know what you're talking about, dog. They ain't got no bread here. What you want me to go down to the street, get you some bread? Like, but that's what I'm saying. Like, we talking about adapting to these different environments, but
Yeah.
I want to talk about like how you adapt once you actually make that move because it's gonna better your life. And once you do that and you step out on faith and do that, eventually you're going to see that this adaptation that you need to do is not all that hard that you think, right? You might be leaving the comfort of your family. You might grew up in a family household where you got your aunt, your uncle, your mama, your brothers, your sisters, that's that support blanket, right? But at some
Hmm.
point you got to take that blanket off and then go somewhere else and go to the store and go try and find your own blanket. Cause what I meet type of person I am, I know the blanket that my mom and my grandma and them sewed for me, but it's gonna be a time and point where I want to take that blanket off and I want to sew my own quilt. You see what I'm saying? I want to get my
Absolutely.
own quilt going. I want to put my own patches on there, right? And the only way you're gonna be able to do that is if you take that one off and go out in the cold and adapt, right?
Yeah.
And so once you actually adapt and you get to that level, you're gonna celebrate success because you're gonna become successful. Because this is the thing about going out and relocating, you ain't got no choice but to succeed. Okay. You might have a choice to go back home, right? But that's why, and I see some of my friends who unfortunately do that. They go back home. But
That's
that's
because
why
that's because their mindset didn't change.
exactly your mindset, but it's something else that's missing too. For some of those people who did go back because their mindset didn't change, they need somebody to help push them. Now, like I was here for Buki. I was here pushing him, right? I was helping him.
Right.
And it helped change his mindset. Some of the other people might not have that person to say that. They probably pick up the phone, call one of the homies back where we from, and they're gonna be like, yeah, man, we out here doing this, and that's gonna influence them to want to go back. You see what I'm saying?
Man, listen, you're gonna
People
go
in
through
your
that.
ear,
Yes, the right people. It comes down to that circle.
right?
Somebody, if you
So
tell somebody you got a dream, you want to go somewhere, a real friend or somebody to understand will support you. Go ahead, bro. I'll come out there and visit you. Go ahead, bro. I done told plenty of people, go ahead, man. That just give me somewhere to go visit now. You
they
understand
ain't
what I'm
telling them
saying?
that though. They ain't
Man, listen.
when they picking up the phone, they talk to somebody who they want them to come back, right? You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. That's why I wanted to put this topic out because hopefully this is a vessel for those people who are currently thinking about relocating or have relocated and now straggling the fence of like, man, I'm about to go back home. No, you're not. No, you're not. Keep listening to this because I'm telling you that once you get on the path and understand that you here and you ain't got no other option but to ride this thing out, You're gonna go get you some new skill sets. You're gonna get you a new job. You're gonna connect with the right people. You're gonna network. You're gonna politic a little bit, and I promise you, you're gonna see success, and you're gonna start celebrating it.
Yeah, and you can. I like to tell people always, man, the crib is the crib. Wherever your crib is, wherever y'all from, we know where we from, so we speaking where we from. And me and you talk about it all the time. You know, it's tatted on us. You know what I'm saying? We
Yeah,
219 crazy. Uh, you know, that's where we from. You understand what I'm saying? Like, don't get it misconstrued at all. But I know this was for me. And I know like some people, they think it's for them and they're just nervous. Go get it. Go see what it's about.
telling
Like I
you,
told them
man.
before, you only gonna live this life one time. You know, in a perfect world, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Would I like to have experienced the same successes I've gotten, like outside, like leaving home, back at the crib, take our kids.
We talk about that all the time. We talk
Yeah,
about how we wish we could have just
yeah,
bought a house in the
yeah,
crib
yeah,
at home
man.
and
And
just
take your
like, but
kids
it,
around your old blocks and neighborhoods,
yeah,
whatever
we
else,
can't do
man.
that though.
Yes, yes, I would have loved that. But me personally, in my situation personally, your situation personally, I don't know if we would have reached the same level of
No,
success in the environment that we grew up in. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, at 18, 19 years old, 18, when I left the crib, go to school, it wasn't just about education, it was the mindset. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I was really raw, bro. Like really raw, like
all
straight
of us were. That, I think some
on my
people,
life.
yeah, some
That
people
people
still
forget that.
approach me now, like thinking I'm the same sweets and like how I'm gonna react, and I don't do that no more. I don't.
No,
That's not me. Tim.
no, bro. I remember. It's gonna crack you up. I remember when I was at Grambling. This is when I first experienced that Southern hospitality, because Southern hospitality is a real thing. If you know, you know. If you don't know, get to know. Um, so I
Relocate.
remember straight up. I remember I was walking on campus, and dude was like, he's like, what you on? I was like, what you on? He's like, what you on? I say, what you on? He like, what you on? I say, man, what you on? He like, I was getting like aggressive because it's like that mindset of like, don't talk to people that don't talk to you. I ain't know nothing about no Southern hospitality. He was like, bro, are you trying to go to the calf? You finna go eat? There's a dude in my dorm, like to go get some food at the cafeteria. You know what I'm saying? He didn't know like what I'm on. Like, you going to the calf, you going over here, you
Yeah,
going to Chick-fil-A. I'm thinking,
certain word. Yeah,
I'm
that's
thinking, what you mean what I'm on? Like, what you on? Like, what you trying to do? You know what I'm saying? I'm
yeah.
like, Greg, you gotta chill. Like, dude ain't even on that type of time with you. You know what I mean? Switch your mindset. You know what I mean? Like, I really had to do that. And I'm thankful for that because I grew away from home, is what I'm saying. I got to be able to see people and interact with people from different walks of life, which is the way the real world works. When
Yeah,
we
and
talk
that's the
about,
thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
the real world, like if you get into these jobs or whatever else, you're gonna meet people from different backgrounds, from different walks of life, from different places, parts of the country. And that's what leaving the crib has taught me, how to adapt around other people that are not from where I'm from, that think different than I'm used to thinking, that are from
This is the
different
yes.
environments, all of that.
This is
All
the
of that.
thing though. And that's why I want to tell people that some people be like, I- I'm fine where I'm at. I mean, that's fine. Then again, this is not to change people who are
Yeah.
living in that. We're not saying it is terrible that you still living there. We're talking specifically to the people who are thinking about it right
We
now. And I'm
straddling,
telling you
yeah.
to do it because listen, in any environment where you sitting, you're only going to learn what that environment gives you. When you have the opportunity to go to a new environment, you're going to experience new things, new ways of doing things, new ways of thinking, new cultures, right?
Hmm.
New business opportunities, everything. And people just limit themselves so much by not taking that leap and relocating. You're going to find comfort. You're gonna find comfort when you relocate. You're gonna feel a little rocky, and that's fine. Everybody knows about going to school, going to a new school, from middle school to high school, whatever it is, transferring schools. You know how it is, but you get over that.
Man, listen, it's a good feeling. And anybody that done left and done got a good job for themselves or did something, whatever, it's a good feeling when you leave. Okay, you go through all that, whatever else. I'm homesick, whatever else. You establish something, you create something better than you ever could imagine, right? and then you know, so you winning where you sleep, where you rest your head, where you lay your head at, you winning. You doing good for yourself. You know what I mean? You done made some strides. And then you get to go back home where you from,
Yeah,
with
you the man.
maybe with a little knot in your pocket. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you done got some, you done changed your image a little bit, you done sharpened up, you done
And
done some
conquer the
different things.
world.
Man, you feel so much different. It's hard for me to put it into words, but
If
you
you know, you know.
it's not the illusion of winning. It's not the illusion of being lit. It's really being lit. It's like when you come back in the room, like one of them guys is really in the room now. Like, you know what I'm
How do
saying?
people not want to do that, man? You
Mhm.
actually go to somebody else. It's like playing sports, man. It's like
I
I'm
could,
finna go
yeah.
to your home city, and I'm finna beat you.
Look,
I'm
man, let me
going to
take
somebody else
look.
city, and I'm finna win.
Let's go. Let's go right now. So that's like right now. So right now, I live in Indianapolis, right? This is what the 219 done taught me. 219 done taught us all how to hustle. This city has a lot of things that we didn't have coming up. The certain job
Yeah.
opportunities, whatever else. And you could come and make a good wage at a young age. You can make some real money at a young age. So my
Yes.
hustle and my grind, you threw me in a place like this where people used to these good paying jobs just
I'm telling
laying
you.
around and all this other stuff.
I'm finna
Bruh,
scoop that up. I'm
I'm
finna
scooping
scoop
all
all that up. Let me
I'm
get
getting
all that.
all that. I'm getting
Let me
all
get
of it.
that too.
I'm getting all of it. I'm getting all of it. And I share these stories with other dudes from the 219 that come and hustle. It's really like that. That's a great feeling. I'm glad you just put that out there like that because I thrive on stuff like that. I'm gonna come to your city and turn it into like the money pit. I'm gonna come and make it a land
Yes.
of opportunity
That's
because some of this stuff that you've taken for granted, we never had. So
we never had. And that's what I stop right there, Greg. I don't want to cut you off, but listen,
yeah,
that's why I want
yeah,
to tell people about relocating. And I be
yes,
trying to
sir.
let people figure stuff out on their own. But sometimes, like this, what you saying, being blunt, like what I'm telling you is that we don't experience a lot of these things in Hammond. And
No,
I know it's the same thing with other hoods out there. It ain't just Hammond, it's other hoods. Again, we speak on this podcast from a personal experience. So when we say Hammond a lot, it's because that's our experience in this topic.
right.
But it's other hoods out there. It's even hoods in Houston where the hoods in Houston that they ain't experiencing certain things that other states are experiencing in the thriving neighborhoods, right? So what I'm saying is there are a lot of things like the wage in Hammond. I know that the wages that they pay out there is really low compared to what they pay over here. You see what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And you
Yeah,
just not gonna experience that because you too scared to relocate. That's what I'm saying. That you going it's so many opportunities that you're missing out on
man, go get the
because you're
bag.
taking your focus of what your current environment gives you versus what the new environment will give you.
Man, trying to tell you, trying to tell you, bro. I go get it all the time. I find great success in that. I love that. I thrive on that, man. It's real easy. So it makes sense. People got to understand where other people came from. So when you sitting back, I'm talking to somebody out there. When you sitting back and somebody move into your hometown where you from, and you watch that person hit the ground running, and you
Man,
watch that person uh, make a name for themselves, or it seemed like that person got a chip on their shoulder, or you sitting there like, how he ain't even from here? How he able to? Because you don't know where he or she is from for real.
yes. And
You
you
don't
you
know what they
over
done came from,
yep.
right? That you
Yep.
which that stuff you yeah, you don't know what they done came from. So your city has provided opportunity for them that you
Yep.
could never imagine because they really come from something different.
Listen, this is why everybody come over to America
Yep.
from them other countries, right? Because
Yeah.
that's why they call this the land of opportunity. That's
Mhm.
why. And some of us in America, we look at it like, man, we got this, we oppressed with this, we got this going, we got this going. And they looking at us like, man, we migrants, whatever we was, we came
Somebody
over
just
here,
came
we
from Haiti. Somebody just came
man,
from Mexico somewhere. They like
big
run it.
businesses.
They like run it,
You know,
run it,
that's
run
what
it.
I'm
I'll work
saying.
you everything. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely, bro. It's about adapting and celebrating that success. Celebrating that success for sure. That's when I think about that. That's exactly like so. Like when my neighbors and different people. Like I remember my one neighbor, and I shared this story early on. Is one of my neighbors was like, do you ever quit? You know
No.
what I'm saying? Like, do you ever stop working or do you ever slow down or whatever? No. slow down. I need
No.
I need all these crumbs, man, because people leave it so much on the table because you only hustle from this time to that time, or you feel like once you do that, you good, you
Yeah.
satisfied. I'm never satisfied, boy. You crazy?
But
Because we
this is
couldn't afford, like, where we from, you can't afford to be satisfied.
yeah.
You can't afford to, you know what I'm saying? Like somebody gonna pass you up. So I need all this right
Yeah.
now, especially you showed me that I can make more money, or I could build this type of life, or I could buy a house at this age, or I could travel at this age, and I could do what you showed me that. I want it forever. I want it from
Because
wherever I'm at. You could put me in Cali, you could put me anywhere. You understand
your
what I'm saying?
environment.
Like the environment for
Your
sure.
environment
It-
can either hinder you or propel you to do things.
absolutely.
Cause where we from, we ain't seen nobody. None of my friends like or people like that was a couple years older than me. I ain't see them buying no houses. It was all about renting. That was the next big thing. That was I never seen nobody 25, and if they was they either renting the house or they still people still living with they mamas.
Yeah.
I never seen nobody 20, 23, 24
No,
buying a house.
in our immediate in our circle, no. No.
No, that's a
No.
fact. I never
No.
seen nobody like that. I never
No.
ever think about it. It was either apartment where people was living with their mama getting money.
And nothing's
So,
wrong. I've done all of that.
but
We've
listen,
rented the
there's
houses,
nothing wrong
we've
with
rented
that.
the apartments,
Right.
but
This is the
when I
point I'm making. This
figured
is the
out
point I'm
ownership,
making.
it was over with. Go ahead.
Exactly. That's where I'm going with that.
Yes.
That's where I'm going with that. Is my environment didn't like I didn't think that was normal. I didn't it didn't tell me that was normal. But when I relocated and I went to Texas, I'm seeing these young professionals like, yeah, I got X amount percentage down for my house. I'm saving up. I'm like, wait, what? What are you talking about? When I first got to Texas, like interns, like, yeah, I'm saving up for my house, like, and I'm scratching my head, like, that's what they
Hmm.
doing out here? How much the house is? 200,000, like you could buy about four of them at where I'm from for that much. You see what I'm saying? So this is what they was doing is normal. So that's why I'm telling people that your environment can teach you some things, but you got to be confident enough to go out and be like, I'm gonna attack this new environment. Let me get this what they got. And this is the last point I'll make before you can go on what you were saying is that go back to the point about Tron. When I say he has a career here, is that he's doing something that there are some people, there are a couple of people in Hammond that's doing HVAC, right?
Right.
But there's a select few, like very few. That wasn't the thing. The thing was like factory work, right?
Yeah.
Factory work or something else. It was not about like this ownership type thing. And when you come here, you see all type of Hispanics. They not working for nobody. They names is on their shirt, on their truck. HVAC people, they vans, it's power wash people. They own, like, you know what I'm saying? It's just a different vibe. I want people to catch this different vibe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I but real quick, I feel like what we've been saying is very powerful. And I don't want people to miss the fact of this is specifically geared towards the people that are straddling the fence right now. This message is for the people that are straddling the fence. If you've found success at home where you're from, or you know what I'm saying, something like that, that's what's up because ultimately I wish I could have.
I wish
But
I could have.
that's not my reality. You know what I'm saying? I love where I'm from. I love being able to go eat, like you say, go into places and they know your name and they know your daddy and them and they know your grandfather and them and they know all
The
that.
best
Your mama,
feeling.
you know what I'm saying? That's a good feeling. It but it's a better feeling to
It's
me.
even better though.
Some of this stuff that I've established by following my dreams. You understand what I'm saying? Really standing on business, standing on going from where everybody knew you because I was never a lame back at the crib. You know what I'm saying? We never was no lames, but what I'm saying, so to be able to go somewhere and create your own version of what clout looks like,
But you
um,
did that. You did that though.
Yeah.
Everywhere we go, like even like you go to Grambling, you go anywhere south, like you
People
gonna know
know me.
somebody. You see what I'm saying?
People know me, yeah, because you're
Pe-
naturally yourself. You understand what I'm saying? When you know who you are, you're confident with who you are. You could be put in so many different environments, and you're still gonna do well. You know what I'm saying? Because just who you are. Your
Yeah,
personality is infectious. People
yeah,
are gonna gravitate towards you for some. Look at you. Like a leader's gonna be a leader no matter what that person's doing, whether it's a job or the house or a social circle. People just they
yep,
gravitate towards leaders. Um, but you know what I'm saying? This relocation. I just want to recap. We talked about overcoming fears today. We talked about embracing that change, and
yep,
then we finished up with adapting and celebrating success.
yep.
All right. So, what's the key takeaway we got for the people today, bro?
There it is, right there. Key takeaway: your action is initiated when you acknowledge your fears.
Mm-hmm.
Your life changes for the better when you decide to conquer your fears by stepping out on faith. It's two.
Absolutely.
It's two parts there.
Definitely. Yeah. Yeah. Acknowledge it's okay to acknowledge those fears. It's
First, you
okay.
got to do that.
It's okay. Write them down if you got to. You know your boy G White is big on putting stuff in front of your face. Write it down. I'm scared of leaving my mama and them.
Yep.
I'm scared of being a lame. I'm scared of leaving my friends. I'm not gonna see my granny no more.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I'm not gonna be able to, you know what I'm saying? Ain't no girls gonna know me. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Like, all that, all
Mm-hmm.
that, all that. Write all that down. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Then look at what you could gain if you make that move. Right?
Mm.
Maybe I can get a career,
Maybe I can
so that
move my mama out the
maybe
hood.
I can bring moms out here.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, yeah, let me go set the
Ooh.
foundation. I can bring moms out here. That's a real boss move.
Ooh.
That's what real men do. You understand what I'm saying? Now, where you live now, it feels a lot more warmer now because you done created a life and you done went and got that circle that you was missing and brought them. You done
Bring them
closed
to
that gap
you.
now. You done brought them to you now.
Bring them
You
to
know,
you, man.
it make it all that weight's lifted now. So that was a good key takeaway. What we got for the action item, bro?
Yes, sir. Action item. Have you thought about completing a major milestone in your life? Build out a plan to execute that milestone and hold yourself to a timeline to execute it. So
Yeah.
I know everybody has something in the back of their mind, not even on the back, it's on the front of their mind. It's on the front
Hmm.
because they want to do this. They want to relocate, right? They want to relocate. They want to move. I know I got a friend who continuously has been saying it for forever that he want to move to Vegas. You know who that is. Want to move
Yeah.
to Vegas. Why you ain't done it yet? A lot of things going on, but that's what I'm saying. Life is gonna keep lifing. But you need to build out a plan to be able to execute that milestone. And guess what? You're gonna have to hold yourself accountable to it. Set yourself a timeline to when you're gonna execute that.
Yeah. 6 months, 2 years, a year, whatever else. But like I always tell people, some things, yes, they can't change tomorrow. Your mindset can change right now
Yep.
towards it. Right now. You
Your
can
mindset
control
can
that,
change
bro.
right now.
That could change right now. That could change today, right now, at this very second. I'm done talking about it no more. I'm not gonna let it come out my mouth no more unless I'm ready to put some action behind it. I'm not gonna keep sitting around here talking about it. Every time somebody see me, I'm saying the same thing
Yeah.
over and over and again, wasting their time, wasting my time, putting myself in a
Yep.
category. I've done that before. If I find myself talking about something too much, I say, bro, that ain't even my style. I done talked about that too much. That ain't even my style.
Yeah.
I gotta do it. I gotta do it. I'm becoming a talker, not a walker. You understand what I'm saying? So most definitely set the timeline, that milestones for yourself, but change your mindset right now. You could control that. So um, you know, pretty good topic today. Um, Looking forward to the live session. we could build off of this with some folks. The live session gonna be turned too. So
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying. So like I always like to tell people, man, and let's wrap it up with this. This is our You Redemption podcast, and this is exactly what we do. We have these real conversations, and we bring y'all into it too. We love the feedback. We love to hear back from everybody. We love to interact. Get in the inboxes. Do what you do. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and get into the these the full episodes. Make sure you get into the lives where we do the Q&A, because we love to build. We love to have those conversations where we get the because we learn from everybody too, right? Um, we're the work in progress podcast.
Yeah.
If you're looking for the people that think they know everything about everything, the people that got this picture perfect background, this picture perfect story, and all that, wrong podcast, wrong people. You understand what I'm saying? But we willing to learn from everybody, and we just sharing the stuff that worked for us, and we intentional with it. We only speaking on things that's worked for us and that we found success in. So we appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Without further ado, it's your boy G White.
Big speaker.
We out.
Holla at you.